All right, here we go. Let's go ahead and get into this draft. Paulie, man, you are my expertise here. You think we're going to see some Ringo? We're going to see some Rona. Who's our top priority picks for this first matchup?
We'll probably just see like the classic churn Viro bands, and then we'll probably see some Ringo. He's pretty strong this patch, I think.
I agree. Let's see. Side A, I believe, is ganked. But we're looking at the first draft here. First time we've used this, so we're trying to get everything situated, of course. If they are prepared for draft, I believe they were. But on the side, banned Grace immediately.
I think they probably did that to leave one of the more like OP heroes open for first pick.
Yeah, I know Bevo has been playing Grace a lot. But I guess if these teams are aware of each other's strengths and weaknesses, that's obviously something to look into. Obviously, these teams aren't as, aware of. Black Feather is the next ban. Okay.
So now that leaves Churn open for. That'd be a good first pick for them. He's so strong right now.
Yeah, Churnwalker is a pretty strong pickup. I think a captain in position to grab is a good idea for that first pickup. Obviously, Rona has been something people definitely have been going after. I feel like a lot in ranked.
Yeah, she's pretty strong. This is the built-in sustain. Oh,
Varia. Ooh.
She's crazy strong because you can go either weapon or crystal with her. This leaves you open quite a bit.
Yeah, she's pretty strong. We'll see if Churnwalker's picked up here. Then I feel like that could be a smart move for them to pick up Churnwalker and secure a pretty strong captain.
Yeah, unless they're not comfortable on it.
Yeah.
I guess you gotta let it go, but I feel like he's way too strong to let through.
All right, so we are going to see a Fortress pick and Churnwalker ban. Okay, so this Fortress, this is still a flex pick currently. Obviously, we do see a Fortress in the jungle sometimes. It's not a major carry, but it definitely has some utility and offers a lot of nice bonus with its bleed and all those type of stats that Fortress provides. So, looking at the next ban here, do you think it would be a laner they're going to ban away?
I'm trying to think of what they might try to ban. I don't know. I do like the Fortress pick because it helps you dive onto Varia just because she's so squishy and getting rid of the...
Rona ban. Okay, so let's see. I think they could flex this Fortress into jungle. Maybe pick up another strong captain and try to force, the side A, GankedByParents into maybe a not as strong captain, but I guess Lyra is still out there as well. Maybe pick up Lyra, and I guess I don't know, Arden's still out there too, so maybe that wouldn't be the best option.
I think Arden's stronger than Lyra this patch. Personally. So I think I think that'd be the one to pick up, but bad.
All right, so going over to the next pick, we have Baptiste. Okay, Baptiste in the jungle, maybe. Nice Baptiste pick. Or who knows? Baptiste could be a captain as well.
Yeah, that's true. He's pretty strong in the jungle.
Baptiste is really strong in the jungle. Yeah, I definitely agree with that. But going back over to GankedByParents, I do pick up the Arden. I think that's smart. I do agree with you. I think everyone is putting a lot of prioritization on that Arden as that captain. It's just super easy to use him, not too hard mechanic wise, and his Vanguard and Gauntlet just offer so much. I feel like in a team fights.
Mm-hmm. And I didn't think the echo change hurt him as bad as people thought.
No, because you still get to use the gauntlet, and you have a chance to pop the echo and get the gauntlet back up and decide when you want to use it. I think a lot of people kind of freaked out and thought you had to throw it down immediately to get that Venn diagram, which was nice and OP. But I mean, even now you can even use that as a defensive item when you're running away. But last pickups here: Samuel for side A on Ganked, and then Ringo. So there's that Ringo. Not surprised to see that at all.
No. He's way too strong to not make it through a draft at this point. The changes to Spell Sword and even the CP items have made him viable in both paths.
So we're gonna see this Varia on weapon power then, since we got that Samuel coming out of the jungle. It seems like maybe we could see a weapon power Varia. I mean, people have used it to some sort of success.
Mm-hmm. I think weapon Varia is actually, I prefer it to CP because the damage is a bit more consistent, and she just can kite so well, and the chain lightning on her basic attacks is just insane.
Yeah, so this is going to be an awesome matchup. GankedByParents on side A. We have Bevo on that Arden. We have Varia in the lane, Samuel in the jungle, Oracle going over to Synical, Dragon Crusher on the Ringo, my name is Jeff on the Baptiste, and then Panda on the Fortress. So it's going to be an interesting game. Hype to see how GankedByParents do. I know a lot of people are interested to see, some Gangstar members playing.
Yeah, for sure. I think we're gonna see I think we'll see GankedByParents have a bit of an advantage here in the early game, just because of that level 2 power spike that Sam gets.
Yeah, we'll probably see the normal rotation here start out in the very beginning. Maybe the laners and the junglers getting the backs together, rotating through to mid, and then trying to decide who fights over that Elder Treant in the middle there.
It's interesting they chose to go with the CP Fortress instead of the
Oh, they
CP
did. They did. Okay. Yeah, that I personally I would feel like in this case the Baptiste would be stronger as a jungler. But I don't know. We'll have to see how it comes out. The teams are starting to get to the middle here. Gangstars is I can't call them Gangstars, I guess. Ganked. They got here first. We're gonna see a scrimmage. They're gonna maybe push them out here immediately. Early game advantage. You do think it goes over to Oracle really on that Samuel?
Yeah, he has probably the second strongest level 2 power spike in the game after Koshka. So they'll definitely be able to get that Treant pretty easily.
Yeah, they go ahead and bully them out of there. They're going to actually invade here and try to see what kind of jungle they can maybe steal away. We do have a full team rotation coming over from Synical, though. Bevo and Oracle are going to run into them, and I don't know if they're going to run into trouble here. Looks like they're going to back away, but Oracle does get stunned up out of that Ordain. He's trying to get out of here. He's going really low. He's going to go down. First blood, Synical. A little aggression there. Q, he comes in hot. Bevo looks like he's not going to last either. Nope, he goes down. Double kill. Maybe a little weird rotation coming out of GankedByParents there. They are going to continue on the aggression, though, into Gank's jungle. But here comes Oracle, hopefully trying to get them out of his jungle, try to keep his farm. He gets one. He's going to get two. We'll see if Panda's going to be able to put any type of damage on top of him. The Treant almost got the NA Treant OP with that root, and Oracle cleans up triple. So who wins this advantage? It's 3-3 now.
Well, I mean, I thought that it was a bit of a mistake for, Quasic not to rotate to the backs when they saw that the whole team was there. But then I think that Baptiste, I don't know who was charging forward, but they just got way too greedy in GankedByParents jungle there.
Yeah, I'm probably going to call him just Q for this game for the benefit of me being able to speak fastly and not everything. And I don't know how to pronounce his name officially correct, so I will probably butcher it, and I don't want to do that over and over. But we do see over in the jungle here, Panda's going really low right now. My name Jeff does rotate down. He's trying to get that Ordain on top of Oracle, keep him away, keep his teammate healthy. Here comes Q. He's going to rotate down. That auto, that does some damage.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, he's already got that heavy steel.
Yeah, they're pushing turret already. The turret looks like it's going to go down. So that's going to be some decent gold going over to them, kind of open up the map a little bit, maybe even give them some extra room to continue take away the Treant and the front two minions for the side of Synical Gaming.
Yeah, I think actually when they had that, Synical had that 3-man rotation to their own backs, that Varia was actually able to push the wave under turret. So I think that's softened it up quite a bit.
Yeah, I mean, they're going to try to live in the jungle here. We'll see if Synical's going to be able to keep him out. The Ordain does go down on top of Q. Oracle, he's trying to get that Drifting Dark out to get that damage down. So far, they're pretty healthy. Q, he's just trying to kite away. He needs to stay healthy. Panda, that's going really low. He does actually go down. Bevo is just being that front tanky line. He's not going down. Bevo didn't take much damage there. Q got healthy, stayed healthy from those Vanguards from Bevo. Bevo's definitely MVP there. But, I guess Synical kept their backs, and they didn't completely all die, so I guess that's a kind of a win for them.
Yeah, I don't know why they're trying to be so aggressive, just because Fortress, compared to Sam early game, until he gets level 6, he can't, or at least until he gets his Aftershock, he's never going to win that, so I really don't understand why they keep trying to fight.
Yeah, give them some chance maybe to farm up here and get some farm going for Fortress, like you said, to get that Aftershock. And we don't really need too many deaths early on, of course. Deaths don't always matter, but when deaths lead to objectives being taken, those do matter. Oracle, he's going to get a little aggressive here. He is getting the damage down on top of them, though, pushing my name, or Jeff, I'm going to call him Jeff, pushing Jeff out on that Baptiste. So they're going to go ahead and pick up those front minions once again. Oracle, a little CS lead here. We can look at the CS difference of 30 to 9. It's not fun to come back from a CS deficit like that.
No, especially it's also demoralizing as a laner to be like, oh, I'm being out-farmed by their jungler. That's never good.
No, that's definitely not a good sign at all, especially when, unfortunately, in this game, we're probably going to see this right here. The Crystal Century is probably going to be taken down. Well, Q's not rotating quick enough, so maybe they're going to be able to try to defend it out. Bevo does take a little bit of damage. Here comes the Hellfire Brew out of Dragon on top of Bevo. It's not going to do much. Arden's going to heal himself back up with his passive there, so not too big of a worry there. Looks like Q and Oracle are going to stick around, farm up a little more, rotate back up the lane, continue this pressure. Really, we're not going to see much of Synical. They need to, I don't know if it's going to help, but maybe some vision or some type of a rotation to try to get that farm without being bullied out by GankedByParents.
I think they're going to have to really take advantage of their level 6 power spikes with Baptiste and Fortress. The Wolves and the Fear.
Yeah.
Maybe use them really, wait, don't even try to fight until both of those are up. Because how far behind they are right now, the only chance they have to win a fight, I think, is to use those abilities in conjunction with each other.
Yeah, we're going to see them are fighting over the little tri-bush here. Bevo is kind of far away, though, so he's not quite ready for an engage. It looks like Jeff and Dragon are just hanging out, try to clear some vision here. They do need to be careful, though. I mean, they have their Crystal Century to run back to, but dropping more members, they need to really, just like you said, kind of farm up, get the bags, get to level 6, because that will help them a lot. Maybe just farm lane as it pushes. Keep an eye on the gold miner, but I don't think it's really worth risking to go and defend it if you're just going to die anyways.
Yeah, and we see now Varia is going this Serpent's Mask Breaking Point build, which is just going to be really hard. They're going to be able to kite out these fights so well with the Sam drifting dark and with her being able to sustain.
Yeah, exactly. The fear from Jeff, I feel like, is going to definitely be pretty defensive. Look at that. He's taking a lot of damages from auto attacks. The Hellfire Brew does come in, but it doesn't really do much. They're not really afraid of a weapon power Hellfire Brew. Oracle, he's just pushing his aggression. He gets some huge mounts and verdicts off on Jeff, takes him really low, pushes him out once again. We see 6 waiting now for Jeff. That's it. Panda has his attack the pack up, ready to go. So that'll definitely be something to watch out for if they can maybe force a good fight with that. But like you said, his damage on the weapon right now is strong. Jeff is just taking, as a captain, he's just getting chunked out. Obviously, no defensive stats right now. He hasn't really bought any of that. He has his fountain up, and that's about it. So it's kind of hard for him to be that tanky front line like Bevo's been. They're going to go ahead and probably take this gold mine pretty easy. 820 in. It's not looking too great for Synical. Once they get to those level 6 power spikes, what else they need to do, Paulie, to try to maybe turn this game around?
Well, I think they need to turn the clock back and maybe not run Captain Batiste. I just think that he can't. Oh wow, look at this.
Yeah, the damage comes out pretty giant, but Dragon, he stays kind of healthy. Q's actually dropping kind of low. Here comes the gauntlet. Dragon gets deleted. Panda, he gets stuck in the gauntlet though. So is Jeff. Jeff's in a bad place here. Jeff's gonna go down. Panda, you need to get out of there. Here comes the Oblivion. It does land. He is asleep. Is he gonna go night forever? No, he's gonna get out. But that's gonna be cost them a turret. That's pretty big. And we saw a good exchange from Dragon, but unfortunately, Ganked had rotated there and was there in time to heal his teammate up and save him. But kind of like what you were talking about before that fight did break out, maybe the draft is a little sketchy coming out of the side of Synical, not something as strong power wise with the Baptiste captain. Maybe put him in the jungle and run a fortress captain. But either way, maybe just another captain in general would have been better, like the Lyra. I think the Lyra was still able to be taken. But we're maybe going to see another engage coming out. Once again, the whole team is here. Here comes Q. He dives right in. He's doing a lot of damage. Ordain on top of him. Doesn't really matter. He doesn't need to go anywhere. Jeff's going to probably get knocked down as well. Dragon doesn't even have time to rotate. We're at almost 10-minute mark. I don't know how much Ganked is going to push before the 15-minute mark, but it could be a stall until that Kraken appears.
Yeah. I mean, I guess I understand the fortress jungle just because it's a dive hero to get on top of Sam or Varya, but
yeah, here comes another little engage.
Squishy.
Yeah, he is pretty squishy. Like we've seen in these fights so far, his Q's just gets so much damage off on those auto attacks and just he gets chunked down super fast, can't really stay alive to do much for his team. They're going to push here, these minions out. Here comes this Crystal Center. We're going to see if they're going to be able to defend it all, or if that's just going to get dropped once again. I don't know if that's eliminated yet. It may be getting one more life, but 1 life left. Yep. So we see Synical all super low. Here comes Q in. He does a lot of damage on that, that arc recursion, but looks like they're going to stay healthy for now. The turret is protecting them. I don't know if GankedByParents is looking to push this turret down, but here comes maybe another little engage. Jeff's is super low. Here comes attack of the pack. Maybe going to zone them out a little bit, but the turret is just getting chunked down super fast. The choke point turret is broken open. They're ready to go down to those last turrets and the Vein Crystal.
Yeah, I think Jeff has forgotten that Batiste actually has an ultimate because he was just sitting on that fearsome shade the entire time.
Yeah, I guess if a true team fight does break out, there's no reason to hold on to it for the next team fight. Just get rid of it, let that cooldown come through. But he's just going to be using that as a defensive tool. I feel like he's not going to be able to get much, but he is just blown up immediately. Dragon couldn't do anything. Panda tries to rotate out. Jeff is going to go down. Oracle's right on top of him. Panda, I don't think I see any way out of here. Here comes Q. Q's going to have so much. He's going to have a bunch of speed to get up there and get him down. He tries to jump back in just to stall it out. Doesn't matter. That's another ace. GankedByParents. 11 minutes, 12 minutes. Crystal Sentry's gone. This game is definitely in their control right now.
Yeah, and Bevo didn't actually have to use his fountain either, which is pretty insane.
It's a pretty successful team fight when you don't have to use your fountain.
So yeah, I would just swag it. Yeah. But that's just me. I would just drop it after the team fight was over, but he's being a better player than I am.
He just wanted to show everyone that he still had it and he didn't ever need it. But we saw Crucible being picked up by Jeff. I don't think it's going to matter too much, maybe to block an Oblivion up. But other than that, unless he's trying to get out of a gauntlet, a little help for his team, but he needs to be a little more tankier himself so he can survive more than the first 2 seconds of a team fight. He won't be able to use his fountains if he gets melted immediately. So hopefully Dragon will have a little better I would say, positioning than the last team fight because we saw him get caught immediately. Here comes Q and Oracle, though. Bevo's pretty far away, but I don't think it matters in this situation. I think they're going to do huge damage. Dragon's dropping super low. Q doesn't even move, isn't even scared, just puts out so much damage. He's got Serpents, Breaking, and Bone. That's, I mean, is that a typical weapon power Varia build? To be honest, I haven't played that much to know what a typical build on her is.
To be honest, she's so broken that you could pretty much build anything you want on her,
Right.
and do well. I think it makes sense with their comp.
Yeah. So turret's going to go down super fast here. I don't know if Gank's going to run out of this. The Fearsome Shade is blocked up, but here comes the Pack of the Pact. Oblivion does land on Jeff. Dragon gets down, taken down immediately. Jeff's going to go down. No, he does get back to Sanctuary. Heals back up. Panda, he's not even having a chance to dive in on top of anyone to try to take him down. I think this is going to be game one. Ganked is going to take it pretty easily. Sub 14 if they do go ahead and wrap this game up. But I think going from draft into this game, I definitely like this comp, especially with Varia coming through. Is that going to need to be banned out next game?
I think so. I just think she's way too strong here to let through, or maybe someone who could frontline the Malice and Verdicts better would have been a better pick for captain. Maybe just respond to the Varia better.
I mean, I don't know how in meta Finn is, but put someone as tanky like him to sit in front of Malice and Verdicts, I guess maybe that would be a little better.
Yeah, maybe. He doesn't really synergize well with Fortress, just because Fortress is going to end up halfway across the map, and Finn's going to be like, wait up.
Right, maybe
I'm
put the Finn instead of Fortress and put that Baptiste in the jungle like we said.
Yeah, maybe.
All right, we are going to hopefully get back into the room and wait. We may have a little device restart real quick with a player lagging, but we're going to get right into this next game as quick as possible. We're going to see if there's going to be any type of difference coming out of these drafts for these teams. Ringo, obviously someone that is really strong. Not surprised seeing him in the game. Rona was banned out. We'll see if she slips through, but along with the Churnwalker. But I think there's a lot of strong heroes right now, and a lot of people have been discussing that, I feel like, on Twitter and having conversations about some people need to be fixed. Is Blackfeather still as strong as he's been forever since he's been released?
Oh yeah, he's so strong. Like, Crystal Blackfeather's being played a little differently though. More like a brawler,
Mm-hmm.
like in your face. Not because Crystal Blackfeather used to be you just poke and poke and poke.
Yeah.
But now Crystal Blackfeather's being played as kind of you get the Dragon's Eye, you get the Aftershock, and you just use your basic attacks do a lot of damage. So.
Yeah, I mean, seeing him banned out in that last game as well was not a surprise. So I'm excited to see the next draft, see how it goes, see if Synical can do something a little different to try to hang in there a little longer against GankedByParents. Like we've talked about already, GankedByParents are, three names we've seen. Obviously, Bevo being in the Gangstar community for a long time. Oracle is like someone who has been an OG forever. He's been playing with Rumbly on streams for the longest time. He's like known as the crawl god. I feel like all he ever played was crawl all the time. They ran that comp with Rumbly on that Crystal Ringo. So maybe we see a crawl on Oracle. That's what I would like to see. I would like him to put on a show with a crawl.
Yeah, maybe. Is that the OG Oracle? They were joking around in chat that it wasn't.
No, I'm pretty sure that's him. I'm pretty sure.
Wow. Starstruck.
Yeah, he hasn't left. He's still here. Making his way back for that 5v5, Hopefully we'll get this game. Yeah, 5v5 is going to be here soon. I can't wait to start hearing more and more talk about that Vainglory 8, of course, just to see where players are going and where teams are ending up. It's going to be exciting. Let's get this next draft going. We're going to get the draft client started back up. Hopefully, we're going to have Synical on side A with GankedByParents on side B, not Gangstars. But that helps a little bit. That way, me and you know who is picking what, and we can talk about some bands and picks they're going for. Bevo played a lot of Grace, so I'm looking to see maybe if that's a priority pick for them. Grace is strong, but when it comes to captain wise, do you think Churn and Arden are definitely above Grace still?
No, I think Grace and Churn are the top two for sure. I do think that Churn is stronger than Grace. His alt comes off cooldown so quickly that you see it used like 2 times in a team fight.
Yeah. All right. Hopefully, we're getting this next game started. Any predictions before we even get in draft? We think we're going to see maybe a Vox. Vox wasn't actually picked. I've seen a lot in VizPro, the last VizPro that just ended. I did see some teams actually still be picking Vox over Ringo.
Yeah, maybe if the comp dictates, but I still like Ringo. The thing is, Ringo has an early advantage over Vox, but usually once Vox can build up some armor, he just wins out and later in the team fight because he just works so much better. Ooh, I have an up.
All right, so we had the first ban right away. Synical goes ahead and bans away Varia. A little too much for them to handle that last game, so probably a smart idea, I feel like.
Yeah.
So the next ban we have here, Churnwalker. Okay. So going over to Synical then, this first pick, can we predict it before they do it?
Maybe Ringo?
Ringo, they're going to go
last time.
Yeah, maybe pick a strong captain early. But Ringo would be smart. Maybe even a Rona if they play it well. I think
Black Feather.
Black Feather, yeah, that would be. Let's see here. Dragon has been playing some. He has been playing some Rona on. Ooh, Black Feather, you're a genius. Was it picked? It was picked. Black Feather was picked. Pauly, nice. You called it. So now we go over to GankedByParents. What's their thought process here?
Maybe you pick up a Rona throw to go against Black Feather. You could always pick up, pick up Grace maybe, or
we do see the Grace. Yeah, Grace comes through. Okay, so I mean the Black Feather can be flexed really into jungle still, like we've talked about. So, if Ganked needs, or if Synical needs to, they can do that and kind of wait and see what happens on the GankedByParents side. Ringo's banned away, so that kind of takes, I guess that's them thinking that they could have picked up that Ringo and flexed that Black Feather into the jungle. Looking at the last ban here, over on the side Synical, see who they ban away. Maybe a strong laner could be a decent idea to ban away here. Maybe even an Arden, but
yeah, sorry, I died there.
You died?
I
literally
died. Yeah, R.I.P.
I'm glad you're back. I couldn't do it alone.
Yeah. So what's happened?
So GankedByParents just banned away Ringo, and then Synical is banning, I believe they do take away a laner. I was wondering if they were going to take away a laner or not. The Vox is banned away, so now we're going to see who Ganked is going to pick up for their laner here. Ringo's gone, Vox is gone, Rona's open. Oh.
Yeah.
Let's say Rona is really like the last smartest pick you possibly could do. So Rona's picked up. So is this a Black Feather pick in the lane smart against a Rona, or do they need to flex that Black Feather?
I think they need to throw Black Feather in the jungle, just because weapon Black Feather's it's going to have a really hard time out trading a Rona. I think it was really, I don't know if it was very smart to ban away the Vox, just because with Ringo and Vox gone, those two do pretty well into Rona because they can kite her out.
Yeah, I mean they already had Grace, and Grace and Rona, they work really well together. So I was really surprised they didn't ban away the Rona and let them have the Vox. And I mean, Vox is still strong, but I feel like A lot of people try to counter a Rona with a Grace. So Arden's picked up though. So looking at a laner now, I would think they'd have to pick up some type of laner to kind of control this Rona in the lane. I'm not even sure if that's going to be really possible. I mean, is this Celeste or any type of mage work at all in this situation?
Yeah, I don't really know at this point. I think I'd probably go with something that could keep its distance away from the Rona, but then again, you're gonna want someone who can apply a mortal wound, right? So maybe just by
Okay, so we are going to see Sky. Okay, so Sky's picked up, which, if that's a weapon power Sky in the lane, that's something I didn't even think about. That's been around, and actually it's probably a pretty decent pickup against Arona and Grace. Once that Sky gets at breaking point, can really just stack up.
and you can throw the poison shiv on Sky, which is really nice.
Yeah, there's going to be a lot of healing coming out of that Grace, and if the Rona gets a Serpent's Mask with the red mist. We see the crawl. Here we go. So we may actually see a clinic being put on here by Oracle if Oracle does play it, and it will prove that it's the real Oracle, the OG Oracle. But looking at both sides here, I don't know. Side B looks pretty strong to me. I don't know, actually. They do have a Crystal Blackfeather. We talked about that already. That Crystal, if it goes in the jungle and goes Crystal, that's another strong pickup as well.
Yeah, and Crawl versus Sky is kind of a skill matchup, so it'll be fun to watch that.
Ooh, maybe I'm wrong. Maybe we have... People were hovering over a weapon power Blackfeather. That could have been what they just clicked in immediately, but we'll have to see what they actually switch to.
Oh, and I've received word that it's pronounced Quasic.
Quasic?
I think so. I asked, and I asked if it was pronounced like awe, like in awe of something, and they said yes. So I'm just gonna go with Quasic.
Quasic, okay. I think Quasic sounds better than the way I was saying it anyways. Alright, so we are going to see... Okay, so Dragon's staying on Blackfeather. So that could be a one-power Blackfeather in the lane with a Crystal Sky in the jungle.
So yeah, I don't know.
I don't like that.
Yeah, Weapon Blackfeather...
I'm not the player here, but...
Weapon Blackfeather gets countered by both of the heroes on the enemy team, so I'm not really sure. I'm not really sure about that.
I mean, does the Sky counter out the Crawl, but not enough? I don't know. I feel like the Sky can do a CP Sky can do a decent job against a Cruel.
Yeah, but now the Weapon Sky would have been so much better because you can get a Poison Shiv, which would shut down both of their carries and the Grace. And now, and even if you were going to go Crystal Sky, you should just put her... I thought that they maybe should just put her in the lanes so she can get fed as soon as possible.
Yeah. Her builds can be kind of expensive. It could be kind of nice to have a lot more farm. But, maybe these players are that's who they're most comfortable on, and sometimes that's the better decision to play who you're most comfortable on and to be at least comfortable before you try to worry about what's the smartest. We're going to see maybe a little scrimmage over the Treant, but it looks like Synical's just a little timid right now. GankedByParents are going to head and rotate forward. Quasic getting a little damage, take some damage himself, but they're just going to start the Treant up, get it for free, and probably start their rotation while Synical backs off.
Yeah, Grace and Rona are pretty strong at that level 2 fight, so I'm not surprised it went the way it did. Little gank here.
Oh yeah, we got a little scrimmage maybe about to start off. The on point does come through. Dragon spots him out. Here comes the Bevo jumping in. Teams are like, let's just farm. I'm just going to farm. That's my main goal right now. The farming is coming out. Does it go over to Oracle? I think one of them did. Quasic, though, he's trying to get a little damage. He's thinking maybe I should just rotate out of this and take our farm and run. But Synical has another idea. Bevo's going really low. He needs to be backing out as well. Try to balance this damage back and forth. Bevo, though, I don't think he's going to get out. He doesn't. Dragon him down. Actually, Oracle's going to rotate up, try to get out of here along with Quasic. He's going to try to rotate as well, try to stay alive because he's going to need this farm. He's dropping so low. I don't know. He does into Frey to save him. He gets out of there.
I think one of the Spectral Smite stacks from Oracle might have decreased the damage just enough for him to live too.
Every stat matters.
Yeah. Now Oracle was able to pick up that mid too on his way out of their jungle, so he's getting pretty fed.
Yeah, that'll be definitely nice for him. We're gonna have to see this guy though. Is gonna have to try to reach that late game. I feel like once Sky does, it can be a pretty big game changer. Oracle's looking a little aggressive here. He's trying to find some farm to pick up and try to steal away. So you have a giant lane right now, up wave, minion wave being pushed, trying to get some damage down on this turret. Last game, the turret dropped down really fast, so I don't think Synical wants that to happen again. Trying to see them farm up. Oracle's just free farming though.
Yeah, he's doing pretty well. I mean, Sky isn't that far behind, but Oracle hasn't taken his backs, so he's definitely got a CS lead.
So what are you looking at when it comes to... I think we have a scrimmage going on. I don't know if it's going to be much, though. Quasic, he's actually dropping really low. He does go ahead and end the fray out of there. Bevo, he's trying to rotate out well. Dragon's getting a lot of damage. He does get Holy Nova, though, so I don't think he's going to be able to take anyone down. Maybe just go back to farming. Oracle, meanwhile, am I missing something? He's in the jungle. He's trying to get on top of Panda. He's going to take him down. Is the smite going to come through? It does. Oracle gets the kill. He's pretty healthy, gonna get his farm back again. I was gonna ask what kind of build you were expecting from Oracle this game.
Oh, it looks like that's been answered with this build. I think he's gonna go for the spell sword.
Spell sword.
It picks up that chronograph.
He does find Dragon though. Dragon rotates on the shop. He's pretty low. He's hopefully gonna be able to use his abilities to stay healthy. He does. Here comes Bevo. He jumps back in. The Holy Nova knocks 2 members up. Big Holy Nova. Is it gonna be enough? The Oracle decides he needs to run. The execute almost came through on top of him. He does fall now. Bevo's gonna fall. Maybe a little too aggressive here. Actually, it looks like the healing pod does save him. Keeps him alive.
Yeah, I think that Quasic maybe should have stayed in lane there to push because he had the minions push up against their turret, and I think maybe just try to get as much damage on. I don't think rotating down was going to accomplish anything.
Yeah, I mean, we'll have to see if that fight really affects anything. Oracle's back to farming.
He's going to hit that mid-game power spike pretty hard here. He'll get his from Hell's Heart up, which is just such a long stun, and there's no way that Panda's going to have a reflex block to block. Someone's getting stunned. Yeah. There's no blocks on the side.
Panda is definitely going full attack currently. No signs of a reflex yet, so he's definitely going to be needed to have his position down on point. Make sure not to get caught up because, you know, Quasic can jump in very easily on top of that Sky, but Sky's going to have to be able to just reposition herself and stay as healthy as possible. Quasic does take a little damage here, but here comes the engage. Oracle dives in on top of him. The Holy Nova knocks up one. Not too much. Here comes the Death from Above. Doesn't land on anyone. Teams are setting themselves, maybe looking for another engage, but GankedByParents is not very healthy. I don't think they really need to engage right now. We see all 3 members from Synical healthy. They're going to push maybe this turret, try to actually get some damage down on it because they have none currently compared to the damage that's already been done to their turret. Don't know if GankedByParents are going to be able to stay around for too much longer unless Synical just kind of backs out. They're not doing too much damage here. I don't really see them making a call to dive in because that level 6 is on Oracle. He does have his From Hell's Heart. Quasic, he's level 6, so he does have his Red Mist. No Serpent's Mask yet, though. Here comes Engage. Does find himself in the bush. Face checked. Looks like he's going to stay healthy, though, because of Bevo. Does some nice work on that Holy Nova.
Yeah. GankedByParents is at a pretty big range advantage, so the laning phase is definitely going to be the hardest part of the game for them.
Yeah, definitely is going to be deciding when to dive in and do it all together and not get poked out too much to when they decide that it's time to jump in. So they're going to actually push here. Maybe a misrotation out of Synical. Synical does come up, though. He does actually get past the Holy Nova. Doesn't take any damage. Quasik is going really low. He does have to end for a jump out of there. He does get a heal from Bevo, so that is going to keep him alive for now. Oracle, he's trying to run around and just stay in his gauntlet without taking too much damage. I don't think it's really going to matter, though. It looks like he's going to drop another kill going over to Synical. Arden does actually sneak that one away. Bevo and Quasik, only two left to try to defend this turret. We're going to have to see if they're going to be able to be successful on it or not. A lot of minions here starting to stack up. They're going to try and get some damage, but so far, none done.
And yeah, we actually see the gold lead on the side of Synical. Interesting.
Yeah, especially, well, here comes From Hell's Heart. It does land on top of Jeff. Jeff does take a little damage, but they go ahead and drop the Death from Above. Go ahead and get out of there. Looks like GankedByParents, Quasik, and Bevo are going to go back, re-heal, maybe do some shopping. They held out on that turret for a long time.
Yeah, and it's actually a really good sign because Cruel had to use that From Hell's Heart really defensively, and that initial From Hell's Heart is such a big power spike for Cruel, so it's really a disadvantage for him not to be able to use it. Huh. Oh.
See maybe a little, all three members up in the lane for GankedByParents or for Synical here. Rotation's going to come out, though. They're going to try to come up and defend this turret because there is a giant wave here. They definitely need to be ready to defend if need be. It looks like Panda's going to head and back up. Items from Panda so far. Dragon's Eye. Looks like he's maybe going into the Broken Myth next.
Yeah, that's a pretty standard Sky build, and depending on his preference, it'll either be a Clockwork or an Eve next.
Yeah, Clockwork would definitely probably be pretty useful.
I mean, Panda's going to be able to do so much damage. That Dragon's Eye on Sky is crazy. You get 12 stacks so quickly.
Yeah, I mean, Sky's going to do a lot of damage late game, especially if it doesn't really matter who's standing in the way of a forward barrage. If it's chunking you up like that, it's not fun to sit in that. They definitely have to be able to avoid it. Panda's going to be using his skill ability to definitely take advantage of that. Like you said, kind of a skill matchup, Sky versus Cruel, so it'll be interesting to see how Oracle does. They all rotate back up once again, maybe getting ready for another siege opportunity here from Synical. Teams are just kind of farming back and forth, trying to push it, try to defend it. So far, 10 minutes in, it's actually a pretty slow game compared to game one.
Yeah, I'm actually a little I would have thought that Bevo would have gone for the War Tread second item just to give them that ability to just get onto Sky. He actually went for the Crucible, which may be for the Death from Above, but it's kind of hard to Crucible your teammates out of a gauntlet. But you know, they probably have pretty good synergy. So, better synergy than me and my solo queue teammates.
Yeah, I think maybe the War Treads would have been better. They could have been a little more aggressive just because like they need to be on top of people when they're fighting. So I think if they had an extra movement speedy on top of Panda once he does, you know, use that Shuri strike and reposition himself. But they all are sitting here in the jungle. We have actually a couple infusions, 3 on Synical, 2 on GankedByParents. So Synical does have maybe a slight advantage there. Gold lead is pretty even, to be honest. Gank a little ahead, but here comes the fight. That it does start. Death from Above doesn't land on anyone. GankedByParents actually does that. It does get blocked. Quasik is actually pretty healthy right now. Panda is trying to cut away from Oracle. Oracle is staying right on top of him. We have 2 different fights going on. We're going to head back over to Dragon Crusher here. Dragon is staying alive. Here comes the gauntlet. It lands right on top of Oracle. Huge gauntlet. Oracle needs to start backing out of this. Meanwhile, Quasik, I don't even know if he knows who to focus right now. This fight is absolute chaos. Jeff somehow is the one to fall first. And GankedByParents is walking away with 3 members.
Yeah, that was a really nice gauntlet by Jeff. It pretty much saved Panda landed right on top of the crawl, but I guess they realized that the level 7 infusion just wasn't enough for the Arden to stay alive in that fight.
Yeah, gold mine does go over to them. That's gonna be a nice little swing for them. You know, if they get another big lead, I'm afraid GankedByParents will take that pretty far. We do see them take away that little healing treant there, but it's not going to be doing too much. Cynical looks like they're just going to back away and, you know, continue to push this lane up. We are getting closer and closer to Kraken. I hope we get to see a Kraken in this game. That'll add a little more extra excitement when it comes to team fights. Obviously, teams love to fight around the Kraken. But, you know, Oracle definitely has a lot of attack. I feel like he's not stacking too much defense. He hasn't really been melted yet, so I think he's doing okay, but maybe a little more defense on him could help him be a little more tanky in these fights. He has tier 3 boots already, so you definitely can see where his priority has been.
Yeah, and I think that also the heroic perk from Grace definitely helps him stay alive. That damage reduction too on her ultimate just helps allows Cruel not to have to build too much defense.
Yeah, here comes the team fight. The health from Hell's Heart does miss. Panda's getting a lot of damage. She does get out of that gauntlet. Keeps him alive. He's going to be able to throw out a lot of damage from outside and safe. Bevo's super low as well, but he's staying alive. No one's focusing on him to take him down. Quasic also helps. He does huge damage on top of Panda. Panda gets dropped immediately. There goes Jeff. The next one, Dragon, he's pretty healthy. He's going to take down Bevo. Yes, he does get one. I don't know how happy he feels about just getting one of those when his team does get aced. So the minions are going to push forward. We're going to see Oracle heading straight to get some objectives. The objective play right now is definitely on point. Let's take out the Crystal Sentry. Let's take out some jungle and definitely get a lot of gold in that team fight.
Yeah, I think you just see the weakness in the comp in the weapon Blackfeather into the Rona and Cruel. He can't really do anything in these team fights. Especially with that build, maybe a Poison Shiv would have been better because they don't even have any mortal wounds on their team. Maybe like Sorrow Blade Poison Shiv would have been better, but they have no way to stop this Rona and the Cruel from sustaining in team fights.
Yeah, we're gonna see them rotate back up. We'll see. Echo does get picked up by Bevo though, so that'll be a very nice power spike for him. Having double ultimate is going to be helpful. He definitely going to figure out who to stay focused on when it comes to healing. Definitely both members, his laner and jungler, I feel like do a pretty decent job of healing themselves up. So I feel like Bevo's been getting chunked down a lot in these team fights, so maybe he may even use one on himself, to be honest.
Yeah, and you see Blackfeather picks up a Poison Shiv on top of that Serpent's Mask, and oh, we have a fight up in the lane?
Yes, we do have a fight in the lane. It's actually 2v3, but here comes Oracle. Does he throw out the Hell's Heart? He did. It get blocked up, though. That's a nice Crucible from Jeff. The Gauntlet comes down. It does kind of zone out Oracle. It looks like Sky Panda, he's trying to get as much damage. They're actually going to be able to walk away from this one. Dragon fell really low. Unfortunately, I think Oracle did nothing but throw out his from Hell's Heart and cause a little chaos in the beginning, and then he kind of got pushed out of that fight immediately. So not GankedByParents not being able to actually pick up any kills or too much of an advantage, but maybe they're actually going to be able to pick up the Kraken here.
Yeah, and I was saying about the Blackfeather build, it's kind of a waste because you can't stack lifesteal anymore, so maybe Serpent's Mask wasn't the best.
All right, so the Kraken is yes. It's gonna say they're just keeping the other three away, keeping them busy while Oracle solos it. Dragon's going really low. He does go down to the stun from Hell's Heart out of nowhere, lands on Jeff. He gets a little distracted there while Panda is trying to stay healthy as possible. Quasic, he needs to be careful because he is going to die if he doesn't be careful. The Kraken, are we going to see a steal? Are we going to see a steal? No, we do not. Okay. And did what happened to Sky? Where'd Sky go? Oh, Sky's right there. I lost Sky. Didn't know what happened.
Sky got juked out by Rona.
I was going to say I was trying to keep an eye on both, and next thing I know, I went back and Rona was gone and back with the team, and Sky looked lost, to be honest.
Yeah, she was just wondering where her teammates went.
So a big push here out of GankedByParents. Excuse me. If they play it right, you think this is could be game?
I think that it's game whether or not they finish it with this Kraken. The
Fair
Black
enough.
Feather's just doing. If I was the Black Feather, I would just be focusing down Grace because you're not going to outduel the other carries.
Yeah, I don't think I mean, he's 3-2, but I just don't think he's allowing Sky. Sky hasn't had the chance to do much. The huge Hell's Heart on top of him. Dragon's going low. He's run back to the base. Here comes the ultimate on top of Causing just to keep him healthy. Let's turn our focus onto the turrets. Maybe just chunk them down as quick as possible. Kraken is so healthy. I'm not quite sure if Synical's going to be able to do anything about it. Here comes another nice ultimate from Bevo to keep Oracle just even more alive. Full stacks right now on top of the Black Feather. The Black Feather is going to fall immediately. I think this is GG. It looks like GankedByParents are going to take it 2-0. Kind of what I expected from them to be a pretty decent team with decent drafts and all overall just decent Vainglory.
Yeah, and Bevo came in clutch and stunned Jeff out of his gauntlet, which was pretty nice to see.
Oh, I missed it. I missed that.
Yeah, it was awesome.
That probably was the play that I should have been calling, man. The Holy Nova knocked out of a gauntlet. That's pretty impressive.
Yeah, for sure.